All right, good evening, everybody, and happy Saturday night. Hope you had a wonderful start to the weekend. And it sounds like my audio is working a-okay. If you have any questions, guys, or comments, or wondering what the weather's going to be like in a specific area, we're going to do the forecast for San Antonio tonight, and we'll be live for the next 15 or 20 minutes. So if you're on, say hello. And we're getting things ready for this evening. Speaking of, this is really cool. Pointing to my left, your right. These are sun halos. And a lot of folks sent these into our newsroom earlier today. It's really cool. So we had a lot of cloud cover overhead today. We saw some sunshine, but these clouds were in the mid to high levels of the atmosphere, 18, 25, 30,000 feet in the air. And the higher these clouds are, the colder the air temperature is. And typically, when you're dealing with clouds like this, upper level cirrus clouds, cirrocumulus clouds, cirrostratus clouds, when they're that high in the atmosphere, it is very cold, and they're almost like ice crystals high up in altitude. And why that's important, when you get an abundance of these upper level cloud cover, of these upper level clouds, they typically help reflect and refract light in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And when there's so many clouds like that, what you're seeing on the right side of your screen, it'll create, every now and then, a sun halo. So the way these clouds, these ice crystals reflect and refract light, it is really, really cool. And it can create a few things, from sun halos to a couple of different weather phenomena, like sun pillars and sun dogs. And sun dogs are colored spots of light that develop due to refraction of light through ice crystals. And they can create really cool visuals in the atmosphere. If you're wondering what those look like, sun dogs and sun pillars, Google them. And there's lots of cool explainers thanks to the Weather Service on their website. But what you're seeing right there is a sun halo, and it's a ring of light that forms around the sun as light from the sun refracts due to ice crystals, and they present a thin veil of cirrus clouds, and the halo is typically a result of the cloud cover, the light flashing through that cloud cover. So it's really, really cool. Guadalupe, nice to see you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I was on 3 News in Corpus Christi. I've been at KENS 5 for about 2 years now. Next month will mark 2 years here. But before that, I was in Corpus Christi at KIII. It's our sister station in Corpus Christi. And yeah, it's where I kind of pretty much started my career. So thanks for leaving the comment, Guadalupe, and thanks for supporting me. Yeah, so otherwise, we had some cool viewers sending in those photos and videos from those cool pictures in the sky earlier today. If you have any video or photos that you want to send in, feel free to send them in through newsdesk@kens5.com or my social media page, either or. We'll try to include those on tonight's broadcast. Outside right now, it is cloudy and quiet. We're mild though. We're seeing temperatures right now in the upper 70s. We're not going to cool off that much. It won't be a chilly night by any stretch. As a matter of fact, right now we're in the 70s, but by tomorrow morning we'll be dipping down into the upper 60s. So it's not going to be a massive cool down, unfortunately. Not like earlier this week where overnight lows dipped down into the 40s. We're not going to see that at all tonight, unfortunately, and probably the same pattern will be in place through at least the middle of next week. It doesn't really change until Thursday night and Friday with the help of our next weather system. So that's tonight's forecast. If you have any outdoor plans this evening, they should go off without a hitch. It should be just fine. And if you're wondering, hey, days are feeling a lot shorter. Well, they are. So through the middle and even latter half of December, days will gradually get shorter into the shortest day of the year, which, by the way, is December 21st. The first day of the winter season, the first day of winter, is the shortest day of the year. And until then, we'll continue to gradually lose daylight. And as a matter of fact, as we lose daylight saving time on November 5th, we'll fall back. We'll gain an hour of sleep, but it'll feel a lot shorter as sun sets later on next month. After November 5th, they'll be a lot closer to 5:45, 5:30 in the evening. Today's sunrise, I should say, was 7:39 a.m. this morning, and tonight's sunset was at 6:57. So notice the difference between those times between now and Thanksgiving. November 5th, daylight saving time ends, and sundown will be a lot closer to 5:30. So enjoy these longer evenings, these later sunsets, because they'll be gone in a couple weeks. And we're just a couple weeks away from the end of daylight saving time. It's October 21st, and yeah, daylight saving time ends not this Sunday, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, the first Sunday of November. 79 at Stinson, 82 at the airport. It is cloudy. Temperatures are hanging in the 70s and 80s at this hour, so we're still at 82 at the airport, but already slipping into the lower 70s in Helotes, Bernie, Bandera at 73, 80 at Devine, and 77 at Floresville. Looking pretty good down I-35 at Pearsall at 83 degrees, 83 at Cotulla, and 77 at Carrizo Springs. Tomorrow's forecast, a lot like today. Not a massive change. Winds will be light, 5 to 10 miles an hour, a gentle breeze, and it will be warm. We're maxing out probably in the upper 80s tomorrow. Now, we hit 93 today, which was a record, as a matter of fact. Before we go on, I wanted to show you today's numbers. That's a live shot outside with our Skycam. So today's high was 93 degrees. Average is 81. So that's where we should be stopping this time of day, this time of year. And notice the previous record of today was set back in 1979 of 92, but today we hit 93. So today's temperature, daily high, goes down in history into the record books. October 21st, 2023. This is the warmest it's ever been on record here in San Antonio. Okay, so here is kind of a look. I need to fix this real quick, so bear with me. So today's high was 93. That was a daily record, not an all-time record. It was a daily record. So 93 degrees. And the forecast will remain pretty much in that category of above average. Normal this time of year, as you saw in that last graphic, was 81. That's our average daily high temperature. And we hit 93 today. So that's 12 degrees above average here in San Antonio. So that marks 11 days, I believe. I'll have to double check my counting. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days above average. And we've seen only 9 days, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, below the October normal, guys. So that's kind of a look at how this month is shaping up. It's kind of been split, right? More heat than cool, right? Especially these last several days. And tomorrow will be a little cooler than 93, but still above average, and that is just reflecting a very warm pattern, especially these last several days here in the area. Okay, to the tropics, and yes, we are talking tropics. Hurricane season doesn't end until the end of November, November 30th to be exact, and we have now Tropical Storm Norma. It was a hurricane earlier today, but thanks to land interaction near the Baja Peninsula, near western Mexico, this land interaction is something tropical storms, tropical systems, hurricanes, they don't like. They need an abundance of moisture to get going and strengthen, and since it's interacting with land at the moment, it's really falling apart, and it will continue to do so. However, notice where all the mid to high level moisture is moving. It's moving towards Texas, which is why we saw so much cloud cover today, and will continue to remain locked in this pattern. Between Norma falling apart across western Mexico and a deepening area of low pressure from the north, that'll keep us in a mid to high level, upper level flow from the southwest, meaning moisture will continue to move in overhead. Will it form a lot of rain here in the area? Not so much. On Monday and Tuesday, there will be a couple of isolated spotty downpours, spotty showers, but I do think if you're watching from anywhere in West Texas, El Paso, Abilene, I-20 towards Lubbock and Amarillo, farther north into the Panhandle, from this system, from the remnants of Norma and this upper level pattern that's starting to shift back in, that'll create more rain for farther areas farther north into the Panhandle. So here's kind of a look at what that looks like. You'll see by Monday morning, it'll be cloudy here in the area, maybe a couple of hit or miss showers, nothing too impressive or widespread, but anywhere from Del Rio, near Big Bend, near Sonora and San Angelo, that's where the rain will be a pretty widespread through Monday night, kind of on and off rounds of rain for that part of Texas. And this will continue through I-20 in Lubbock and towards Oklahoma and the Red River Valley by Tuesday night. And our better rain chance arrives likely Thursday morning, pre-dawn or so, 5, 6, 7 a.m. This is when we're expecting our next cold front. Now, based on the forecast data, it looks like we'll see a pretty good chance at storms, mostly scattered activity Thursday morning. That's next week. And behind the front, it'll cool us down a little bit. It's not going to be a strong burst of air, but it will drop highs a little bit from the upper to mid 80s to the lower 80s. So a brief cool down coming in by the end of next week, and what that will do is also drop the humidity and provide a little bit more chances for rain in the extended forecast. Now you'll see the rainfall outlook between now and next Saturday, which, by the way, the bulk of rainfall will happen, I would say, either on Monday or as that next front approaches between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. But regardless, between now and next Saturday, total forecast rainfall will be between about an inch to about 1/10 of an inch. And higher totals will be north of the hill country, where San Antonio could fall in the middle ground of about 1 inch to 1/4 in some areas, especially south of Highway 90. So tomorrow's forecast, mostly cloudy, light winds 89, 30% of isolated showers on Monday. Same thing on Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like clouds will dominate the sky for most of next week, starting tomorrow as well. And that's kind of thanks to a couple of different moving parts in the forecast, from the remnants of Norma along the west coast to that upper level system digging across the western half of the U.S. All of that combined will give us several days of rain chances, nothing all that impressive, just kind of spotty activity Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with more scattered showers expected Thursday morning as that next front moves in. Again, middle 80s most days next week. And then here comes that small drop off in temperatures, lower 80s by Friday and Saturday. Nothing cold is in the forecast, but based on what the models are saying beyond the 7-day, we could see another burst of air before Halloween. So we'll watch that very closely and keep tabs on it as well. Well, thank you, Guadalupe. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Yes, we need the rain, and hopefully we get some next week. We'll leave it on the forecast a little longer. Again, tomorrow should be dry. Winds will be light, up to 10 miles per hour at most, at best, but warmer than average. If you look very closely in the upper right-hand corner, average morning low is 59, and the average high is 81. Every single day next week will be above that normal high, and especially tomorrow, near 90 in some locations across the San Antonio metro tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, several days of clouds and rain chances Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and especially Thursday morning as our next decent weather system shapes up here in San Antonio. But big takeaway for tomorrow, quiet Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, while San Antonio will only see a spotty shower, maybe an isolated storm. Most of the rain will be farther north into the hill country and especially into West Texas. If you're watching from San Angelo, anywhere near Sonora, Rock Springs, and farther north into the Panhandle, that's where most of the heavier widespread rain will be next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Our better chance at rain arrives on Thursday morning. Good night, guys. I hope you have a wonderful night and be safe. We'll see you tonight at Ken's 5 News at 10. For the latest on everything you need to know around San Antonio. And we'll see you tomorrow as well. Be safe and have a wonderful Saturday night, guys.